If you had a chance to see our last video, you may very well be wondering why. Why are we doing this next film project this way? Why are we doing it so strange and different than sort of everything else? And it ultimately comes down to a number of years ago, I think it was maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I had the opportunity to go visit a film studio, like one of honestly the bigger film studios in their space. And you're talking multi-million-dollar projects regularly all year round, right? So way bigger than what we're doing. And I was able to sit down with one of their vice presidents of content licensing. I don't remember, one of the dudes, one of the higher up guys, right? Got to sit with him and have lunch with him, talk about some projects we had already done that they had distributed, potential stuff we were talking about doing with them in the future. But we're sitting at lunch, and I think I was eating pizza or something like that. And I just remember this moment where he goes, "Steve, where do you see the future of the film industry?" And I was like, you know, it was just like such a big question. It's like such a lofty thing. And I had such a good answer, like a gift from God in that moment, because it's not something like the nature and the future of the film industry is like something I think about all the time. But I had never like had a concise, like I'd never distilled it down into these specific 3 points that I just delivered in that moment. And I was very proud of me, but actually it was genuinely probably from God. And I said 3 specific things, and that's ultimately where this project came from. I said, well, filmmaking has to become, 1, cheaper. I said, because everything's so expensive to make, nobody's willing to take risks on making like unique ideas anymore. Like you get a really unique, interesting idea that's like, it's genuinely different. That's scary because different means risk. And so they aren't nearly as quick to make that kind of thing because they know that Marvel and Star Wars and Indiana Jones and that best-selling book that already has an audience, those will quickly sell movie tickets or streaming signups or whatever it is they're trying to do. So sort of the middle cheaper stuff has slowly stopped getting made so that the massive stuff can get made, and then all the medium stuff has sort of died in the process. And so I said filmmaking has to become cheaper. And I'll say that that is one thing we have spent 15 years, like if there's one thing we've learned how to do well, it's how to make things on an incredibly in an incredibly affordable way. Like how to make a project that hopefully doesn't look as cheap nearly as it was. And it's come down to just some tips and tricks and hacks and little redneck ingenuity and just some amazing people committing themselves to our stuff. But we've learned how to make things cheaper. I said making films is gonna have to become cheaper. I said it's gonna have to become controllable. There's 3 C's. I even fully, what's the word? They're alliteration. They're all C's. They're all C's. So they have to be cheaper. They have to be controllable. This is one that I don't fully know yet how to do. I'm very fascinated with because one of my favorite companies, I talk about them all the time. Their name is VidAngel, and what essentially they allow you to do, if you just go to vidangel.com, sponsor us, VidAngel, because I talk about you guys so much. Basically, VidAngel allows you to take all like your streaming services, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Apple TV Plus, and like put your streaming services into their, you make an account, and once you connect them all, you can filter the movie and watch it however you want to watch it. Filter the show, get rid of all the nudity and the swearing and the violence. I personally get rid of the nudity and the swearing, but keep the violence, but get rid of the gore. Because I like seeing the fight scene, but I don't do the nasty. I don't like the nasty stuff in the fight scenes. So anyways, it has to become controllable. Like the audience has to be able to go like, this is my house. I want to watch it the way I want to watch it. These are my kids. I want them to watch the version of it that I feel most comfortable with as their parent. And like, we have to be able to control our media. And we're not there yet for us to be able to do that. I don't know how to do that, where we can make cheaper films and projects, but I don't know how to control it yet because that's a big technological feat. But the third thing is like really deeply the genesis of this project. I said, films and TV shows have to become more collaborative. And what I meant by that, and we're gonna get in the end of this video into sort of the story that I'm excited about, at least the big picture of what we're gonna do together. I said it has to become collaborative. Think about this. YouTube and social media, like all this stuff has become so stinking massive, and you can have the biggest creators in the world take Mr. Beast right now, the biggest YouTuber on planet Earth right now, because he just passed T-Series, right? And you can go comment on his video. You can go subscribe to his channel and then go comment on his video. And he might comment back. He might talk to you. If you're a subscriber, you might end up in a video. Like, your ability to interact with the person creating the content, even though I understand a lot of other people have hands on his channel at this point because he has a massive team, but either way, he still might very well be the one talking to you in a comment. Or at the very least, the people he chooses for all of his videos when he's doing contest videos, he chooses from his subscriber base almost every single time. You could end up in one of those videos just by being a subscriber. You can go right now on The Rock's Instagram account, if you're a big fan of Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and you can go comment on one of his posts, and he might talk back to you. He might post your comment in one of his stories. He might pull you in, on Instagram, you can pull somebody into a live stream if they're trying. Like, the opportunity on social media for the person creating the thing to welcome the audience into the thing that they're creating is unprecedented as you compare it to film and television. And I'm really fascinated with that. And I said, I think the future of film and TV is there has to be a way for the audience to be a part of the process. It has to be collaborative. And so I'm excited about this because I think we've figured out over, a decade and a half of doing this, we've gotten a real good system in place and a rhythm and some awesome people on our team on how to make things cheaper. I don't know yet fully how to make it controllable, but I know that I can control when we make it, whether or not we charge $10 to watch it or we give it away for free. And I'm always going to lean towards giving it away for free because I'd rather have the audience that participated in it especially be able to watch it and not have the barrier to entry be so high. But I've never done something so collaborative. And so this is a big leap for us, I'm nervous about this more than anything else we've maybe, I don't know about ever made, but to a certain extent, maybe that we've ever made, because everything else was like, if it sucks, we'll just reshoot it before anyone knows that it sucked. But this is a really vulnerable way to do it because we're making the thing twice. I'm making these videos and making it in front of you, as well as making the actual thing that the videos are about. And so we double the work, and my hope is that risk, like the reward that makes that risk worth it, is you guys engaging in these videos and you guys feeling like you're a part, and you guys, even the audience that will watch the end product growing because they felt an enjoyment in being a part of this project. Like, I'm excited about all of that, but it's extremely, like, I'm nervous about this, and that's good for me. Like, I need to do something. I need to do what we love to do in a way that makes it feel new again and puts a little fire in me. Like, I'm so excited about this. Like, this part of it. I'm so excited about this part of it. Like, I haven't been this excited about making videos in a really long time because I feel like this is the most original idea we've had in a really long time. And so I'm stoked about this. But just to give you insight and understanding to the process so you're not surprised. So you're not subscribed. I hope you're subscribed, but I'm not even gonna ask. Like, if you want to, you will. You do your thing. But it was hard for me to even make this video and the one before it because I feel like nobody's gonna watch them. These ones, you're probably not gonna care. If people care, they're gonna care in the next video, which is where we're gonna actually get into the details of the overall story and talk through what I have so far. And we're gonna actually start writing a movie together. But these ones, I felt like maybe nobody's gonna watch, but ultimately I wanted to sort of set your expectations where the last one was this sort of high produced, we spent a whole day shooting that video and like, it was a lot of fun, but it was a lot of work. But there's a lot of mental process going into the making of that video. I'm not gonna do that in these videos. When we're writing together, when we're shooting together, it's gonna be very raw, very real, very intimate. It's gonna be very simple. The next video you're gonna watch will be more cameras than just this one angle, but I'm not gonna put thought into how long has this shot been going? Do I need to cut it? It's gonna be very, very simplified because I wanna be able to truly just be thinking about the story we're trying to tell and truly just trying to interact with you guys naturally. So don't expect some high production value every time you tune into one of these videos. It's just gonna be me in a really intimate, private setting. Other members of our team, I'm sure at times, but it's going to be me talking to you, processing through making a movie and writing it and trying to figure out what the best move is and whether or not it's the right move for the story and everything makes sense. And what am I missing that you're seeing that I'm not seeing, right? It's just going to be us together processing through it. So, big picture, here's the idea. Here's what I want to do. I want to begin making, and starting now, we're going to begin writing together a Christmas limited series that comes out Christmas 2025, right? It's 2024, 2025. So come November of 2025, I want to drop a 6-episode, half-hour each episode Christmas limited series. A limited series is, it feels like a television show, but it only happens once. Whereas a television show, typically you're going to go into multiple seasons. A limited series is a self-contained, it's really more like a much longer version of a movie where it has an end and it's done. So this is 6 times 30, that's 180 minutes. This is essentially a 3-hour long movie. And most everything else we've made has been an hour and a half long movie. So this is going to be a massive undertaking. Coming out to the world end of 2025. But if you want to join us, you get to watch every single piece of it being made. And then I don't know what we're going to do when we release it to the world, but I know for a fact that the people who joined us on this journey and are willing, like you've been a part of this journey, you will get to watch it for free. I'm going to make sure that that is possible no matter what we do for the rest of the world. You're going to get to watch it for free because I feel like that's the fun of it, is if you join this process, you get to see it at the end, and your investment was your time, not your money. So I'm, like I said, very nervous. I'm very excited. This is a big, big project, and ultimately, we're behind. We're behind. You know, if this thing's coming out in a year and a half, my goal would be to be shooting in like 6 or 7 months, early next year, which means it should already be written, and it's not. And so next video, we're going to start writing, and I'm going to tell you what I got so far, and hopefully you stick around for the rest of it. But you're going to notice I will be wearing the same shirt, and my hat and glasses will also look similar because I'm going to shoot it right now. But I'll see you next week. You hear my stomach gurgling? What's going on? I'll see you next week. I'm excited about this. Join in. Let's do it together. Let's make a movie together. But to do that, let's write a movie together. Let's start there. I'll see you in a week. Deuces.